Hey YouTube, it's Urgo, and I just got back from the final Harry Potter movie, and I put up a short little cell phone video on my Urgo's Clips channel, and I really can't describe it more succinctly than perfect. I mean, it really... just to give you, some history here. First, I'll start at the beginning. You know, I had heard about Harry Potter when it first came out, or shortly after, I think, but it wasn't until really the first movie that I really got into it. Before that, I heard about it. I thought it was just, this kid's thing or whatever. And people that were watching it, I mean, the way the media portrayed it when the first 4 books were out, before the first movie, was more or less, people were just crazy going over it and fanatics and things like that. And, I never really gave it too much thought at that point. But before the first movie came out, and, I started to see from the trailers, I decided that I'd give it a shot. And I went through the first 4 books before the first movie came out, and I was already hooked on it then. Now, the way that I sort of watch things, I do have a couple of the actual books here, which I'm going to put down because they're heavy. But I really, I read all the books first, but I actually did the audiobook way, which, say what you want, but I really do enjoy audiobooks. And, it's like halfway in between the actual novel and the actual movie itself, and it's really how stories originally were told. So anyway, I got just immersed into the story there, and I thought the first movie was fantastic. They did such a good job, since I read the book and then saw the movie within a month, so it was really fresh in my memory and everything. After that one, the movies themselves, since I had always tried to reread the book right before the movie, or listen. Right before the movie, I wasn't always that impressed with the movie themselves, but I finally learned, as we got towards the end here, to make sure I don't go and reread anything, and the movies have just been a lot more enjoyable since then, because, they leave things out, change a little bit of things, and you should definitely have read the stories, I think, beforehand, because they don't always say everything, you just, see images or whatever. But it's just really, I mean, the books and the movies, though they're two sort of different ways of telling things, and things are a little different, they're both really just amazing masterpieces. And this last movie, just watching it through, it really does such an excellent job, I think, of wrapping everything up. And, I won't spoil things, but if you are watching it, there were reports, I think, that, the star that plays Harry Potter, Dan Radcliffe, he broke down, I think, at the end. It was reported, and I totally see why. There is a couple of points in it that, if you are a true fan of the series, if you don't get a little emotional, it was just really a really good movie. They did everything just so great, and it's sad to see the series go now, but they did it justice. It's really a truly epic story, I think, is going to live for many, many years. And if you haven't seen Harry Potter, if you somehow managed to avoid all of this, I don't know how you did, but I really do recommend, if you've been just watching the movies, probably right now just watch this final movie, and you'll still enjoy it. But I do recommend also going back and reading the books, and then don't watch the movies right after, but watch it again after that. And yeah. So I'm just really speechless here. Again, I'm just gonna leave you guys with how I'll summarize it. Perfect. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And, stay tuned, and I'll have another video for you guys real soon. Thanks.